Joining me now is Rabbi David Wolpe. He's a visiting scholar at the Harvard Divinity School who resigned from the school's anti-Semitism advisory group following that congressional testimony last week. So, Rabbi, if you would, just walk me through what was behind your decision. Was it entirely about that testimony, or was that just the last straw?
It was, I would say it was the last straw in the sense that both I felt that here was an opportunity for all the presidents to articulate some indignation, some fury about the fact that they lead these institutions that are iconic throughout the world, and the students are expressing intimidation and hate, and they should be angry and upset about that, and also articulate a vision about the kind of community they want. And unfortunately, instead, I think we got answers that nobody thought of as the answers of visionary leadership.
You're not advising the university anymore, but perhaps you'll advise our viewers. I mean, tell us a little bit about what you're hearing from students, and what steps do you think Harvard should take to combat anti-Semitism on campus?
I want to say I actually am still advising.
Good.
I speak still to the administration and to the committee and to students and alumni and faculty. And I think there is a sort of a coalescing agreement, but it has to be done. One is you have to enforce the policies that exist. Students can't harass other students. Students can't intimidate other students. They can't do the kinds of activities of breaking into classes and so on. Faculty shouldn't be giving political diatribes in classes. There should be education about the history of Jews and Judaism. I mean, you have people at these places saying Jews have no connection to Israel, and in 2 weeks, they're going to be singing about Jesus in Bethlehem. And I want to say to them, don't you think like
you know where that is, right?
Yeah. Maybe. And then finally, I think that we need serious, sustained training for students and how to speak to one another about things you disagree with.
Why do you think this issue of anti-Semitism on college campuses has captured so much attention in this moment? Is it just the war, or is that too simplistic? I mean, you talked about the sort of ahistorical context for a lot of the anti-Semitic approaches people take to this issue, but expand on that a little bit, if you would.
It's a great question. The truth is Harvard, as articles coming out have demonstrated, has a long history of anti-Semitism. They're not the only college campus that has that, but they do. And I think that this was just a flashpoint where people who had been seeing this for a long time finally said, look, this is what I'm talking about. It's now so blindingly obvious that you can't ignore it anymore. For Jews in America, I mean, we remember anti-Semitism on the right and on the left. We remember Pittsburgh and Poway and attacks on synagogues and a 400% increase in anti-Semitism in the last year. And Jews are 2% of the population and 60% of the hate crimes. So this is an opportunity, I think, for the world to see what it is that we're confronting and hopefully to address it.
Harvard has said it's going to stand behind its president. The president of Penn, who was in that same hearing, resigned. Do you think President Gay should stay? You know, to the degree this is part of that answer, is the problem her, or is the problem the policies or the lack of policies that we were just discussing?
So I'm a wise enough rabbi to stay out of politics and personal.
Okay.
I don't pronounce on what a university should do for its administration, but I will say this, which is removing or placing one person alone is not going to solve this issue. It is cultural. It's part of the system. It has to be addressed. And now Harvard has an opportunity to make a real leadership difference in the campus community and in the world. And I really do pray that they step up to that.
Right. Here's an elite university with 100% name recognition in a spotlight on an issue people care about. If that's not an opportunity to make a difference, I don't know what is. Rabbi David Wolpe, I'm glad you'll still be there to continue giving them advice. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.